Hey, hope you're doing well today. I have been just thinking about how many people through these videos that I have connected with. It's unbelievable. And it's not the numbers, but the quality of people that I have met or have gotten to be friends with or have reached out to me that were old friends. I mean, it's so amazing, and it's the best part of reading my book. So all of you that you know who I'm talking about, you know it's you. I'm super excited. So anyways, so today I am going to read on page 127. The next year. At the age of 4, I wear my neatly pressed uniforms for school, along with my black shiny shoes. I can't stop looking at them, and they make me feel important. The infamous and prestigious Catholic Loretto boarding school becomes my home. With the funds of Auntie Rubia, I'm given a proper education. Behind a gate stands buildings dating back to the late 1800s. The grounds are beautiful, with large leafy trees bowing over the spacious lawn, giving the sense of peace and serenity. The drive sways with haunting shadows of ghosts of past students. To the left, a small chapel graces the landscape for student prayers. In the back are buildings with classrooms and a large cafeteria lined with tables and silverware perfectly placed in waiting for meal times. One of the buildings contains the sleeping porches for the girls on the downstairs and upstairs floors. The older children are downstairs and the younger ones, like me, are upstairs. It is a large, expansive room with numerous beds made of metal mesh mattress on top. Large windows embrace the light streaming into the sleeping porch. We march to class, to meals, and to the chapel, always in perfectly pressed, white-collared uniform dresses. I enjoy having shiny shoes and a clean dress that I am happy to wear. I like marching to and fro. I dump my Punjabi, Bengali, and Hindi for English. I must be a proper girl and speak only English unless I want to get hit with a ruler by the nun. Food is now a part of everyday rituals. I like to learn. The girls here are my friends. Many of them have English names. I still wait every day to see my mommy and papa. December of 1968. Late in the darkness of night, a taxi picks me up from Russell Street and sweeps me to the airport. Alone in the back seat with a driver, I see the glimpses of Calcutta for the last time, not knowing where I am going. I meet a woman at the airport who takes me into the building through to my gate to fly away in the big airplane that awaits. Loretto boarding school was a really interesting place. Obviously, I loved it because I had food, I had clothes, I had some sort of, what would you call it, schedule, and a bed to sleep in, and an education. So I was super happy to be there. But I also remember waiting and hoping I'd see my mother and my father. And the 2 years that I was there, I don't remember seeing them. I don't know if I did or I didn't, but I know I wondered where they were or when was I going to see them. And I went back to the Loretto boarding school and visited to make sure that in my book the details would be correct. And it's funny because I asked to see my records and they had hardly anything on me. One page, which was the page that they signed to get me into the school. But at the bottom of the page was only my father's signature and Rubia's signature. So I thought that was interesting. And It was just a really interesting place to go back and visit. They literally would not let me in the door until I told them that I was a past student. And then once I told them that, they ushered me right in. They were so excited to see an old student from there. But I have great memories, and even when I went back, I thought, wow, I felt a really loving, warm feeling in that place for myself and my experience there, probably just because finally I had kind of a home, and I was living somewhat of a normal life with food and clothes, and I wasn't getting abused by my father and these other men and that sort of thing. So I was living a normal life. And it gave me a lot of peace for that 2 years until the day I got on that plane. And then, I got on that plane not knowing where I was going. But, and my mother thought I was going to South India to go to boarding school, but that's what she was told by Rabia. But here I was getting on a plane to go to the United States and not knowing where that was or anything. So anyway, I just, I find a lot of peace when I think about Loretto boarding school. And I think sometimes that kids definitely need structure, and they need a place to belong. And I think when I was there, I felt like I had a place where I belonged, and I also had a lot of structure. Everything was very, very almost militaristic there. But, I was a smart kid, and I needed to learn, and I needed to grow, and that's what I was doing in that place. So I was thriving there. And I think for the most part, I was very happy. Because like I said, when I went back to visit and really get the details on it to see if I remembered it correctly, oh my God, it was amazing. And what an experience. And at the same time that I was there, one of the times, I've only been there twice, one of the times that I was there, this lady came into the room where we were sitting. I was sitting with some nuns, and they were all excited because I was there and I was an ex-student and all this stuff. This lady came in the room and was talking to them. And then she told me, she said, there's some other people here that were here when you were here, and one of them remembers you. That was crazy. So I went in the other room and I met this woman that remembered me from when I was there, and she was talking about how I was always happy and that kind of stuff. And it just sort of made me realize, yeah, I was really a happy child there. I enjoyed it. Even though, I was basically got beat it out of me that I don't speak anything but English. So English was my fourth language. Punjabi and Bengali and Hindi were the other 3 languages that I was used to speaking. So I learned real quickly how to speak English, but then I forgot all my other languages. So anyway, that's all I have to say tonight. And I just want you guys to know I really, really appreciate you. Everything that you do, everything, all your little comments and the little things that you do to make me realize this is important, what I'm doing. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much.